All of you, welcome back to yet another project video. In this project, you're going to build your most advanced decentralized chat GTP with subscription model. Tons of feature we have included in our decentralized chat application controlled by smart contracts. So let me give you a complete walkthrough that what are the feature and functionality we have, how you're going to make the money and how you can launch it. So once the user will connect their wallet and they can start their conversation, this is what exactly they will find. So altogether, we have three sections in our application. The first section is our sidebar. From there, you can go to different section in our application. We have our header section and we have our body in which we're going to inject all the component. So we have our new conversation. If you want to start, if you want to chat existing chat model, you can have that one. You can go to the subscription, you can go back to the stats, you can go back to the settings, and here you will find different chat options. So if you want to go to your previous chat, whatever you have works, you can simply click here and you can go to that particular section. I have already taken the subscription, so you can see my subscription is active at the moment. This is the plan which I have taken, and this is my expiry subscription. Currently, I'm having a conversation with the AI chat model where I'm asking the letter and asking some code. So that's all you will find. The second section we have is the header section. You will see. So when you will take the subscription successfully, you will have the AI is started. You can able to turn to light and dark mode. Both are absolutely fine. From here, you can see that which network we are connected. So you can literally deploy to any network. You can simply click here and you can disconnect your wallet. You can see the previous conversation which I have asked. I have asked this question. This is the response I have got. Then I asked the chat model to write me the smart contract. So this is the explanation they have given, and they have generated this particular code which I can simply click here and I can simply use in my project. And this is the description they have given. I go to your previous chat, and if you want to start chatting, you can see you can give your question and you can able to hit the request and it's going to give you the response. You can see this is the model which I'm using, and currently we have successfully connected with our AI model. So that's what we have. If I want to start a new conversation, I can simply click on this new conversation, and here I will have my new conversation. I can simply ask a question. Here we have started the new conversation. So you can see our AI is connected. Welcome to Block Chat AI. You can see the model we are using. You can simply ask your question and you can have the conversation, which I will show you. The second option we have is the chat. You can click here and you will have the same option. So currently it's displaying this one because this is the active conversation you started. If you go back to your previous and you click on the chat, it's going to display the previous one. So this is the chat section. The next section we have is the subscription. So you can click here and here you will find the different subscription plan we have based on monthly and yearly. So you can see the name here you will find, so you can able to toggle. So currently I have taken the membership of enterprise. You can able to see the stats and cancel, and here you will find we have a different plan. So we have a basic, premium, enterprise. If you want to go with a yearly plan, you can switch, and the balance and the fee will be changed. So if you go with the basic, you have to pay this much, premium this much, and enterprise you will have to pay is 1/8. You can simply select your plan and you can simply make the payment and you will have the subscription. Here we are displaying some frequent asked questions, so you can simply read about it. So this is the subscription section we have. The next section we have is the stats. So I have already taken the subscription and you will find that all the data which we are storing in our local environment. So currently I have started 3 conversations. That's what you can see, 1, 2, 3. We have 8 messages. So all the messages which we have asked to the AI and AI have responded. That's what we have. Average chat model. So here I have the remaining question which I can ask to the AI chat model. You will find the conversation timeline. So this is the first, last, and the most day. So here you will find the subscription plan. So like what is the plan you have taken, what is the status, when started, and when it's going to be end, and we have the auto renewal system. So you can simply pay automatically. Now you will come back here. Here you will find the other details about that. So you will find the static model. We have one subscription and you can able to see the money the contract hold at the moment, and here you will find the conversation you have started. So this is the new conversation we have started with 0 messages. This we have had 4 conversation, and this we have 4 conversations. So this is our stats section we have. The next section we have is the settings. So you can click here, and from here you can able to see all the settings about your account. So you can see account setting, and you will have your wallet address, subscription is activated, and you can see which plan you have taken, when it's going to be expire. We have auto renewal is on, and currently we are testing on the local network. That's why it's unknown. Here you will find the details about the conversation. So if you want to export the data, whatever conversation you have, you can simply export that in the file of JSON. So you can click on this export conversation, and it's going to be export. If you want to clear all the conversation, you can simply click it here, clear, and you will have all of this file will be clear and you will have no history. If you come back here, here we have the data and security. So all the conversation which you are having with the AI model, we are storing in your local environment. We are not going in any backend server. So all the conversation which you will have, that's going to be stored in the local environment in your local host. So that's all you can able to see, that how you can able to ask the question and how the data is getting stored. And that's why we are making every single thing store. Every single thing is happening smoothly. So we have the data storage, blockchain transparency, wallet, and base practices. And here you will find the smart contract details. So this is the address of the contract, network, chain ID, and the configuration of the RPC URL. If you want to explore, you can click here and it will explore the block explorer. If you come back to the storage analyticals, this much storage we have used in our local storage, then this is the maximum limit we have. So you can simply have more data in it. Now you can come back here in the application and support system. So this is the version which we have declared. If you have any other version, you can simply declare that as well. And you have to provide some of the details which you have, which you want the user to redirect. So this is the settings section where we are providing all the details about the project. Now come back to the conversation. So if I click on this new conversation, this is the one which we have started. Right now, we haven't asked any question. If I want to go to my previous conversation, I can simply click here and I will have all the conversation which I have asked. I have asked that write me a letter for leave. Then I asked for writing a smart contract for Solidity. That's what I have. If I go back to the other conversation which I have, you can see all of this question which I have already asked to my AI. So it's really powerful. You can able to see that we have this beautiful effects, beautiful highlights. That's all we have based on the Solidity, based on the JavaScript. Every single thing is looking absolutely perfect. So this is all the interface we have in our application. Now let me perform all the transaction and show you practically. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to click here and I'm going to disconnect my wallet. So I'll simply click on disconnect and this is what exactly you will have. So when you will come back to the application, you have to connect your wallet. So I'll simply click on this connect wallet and it's going to give me this option. I'll click on this MetaMask and I'm connected successfully. So as soon as you will get connected, it will open the very first chat. So if I want to delete this chat, I can do that. I can simply click here and I can click on this delete and it will be deleted and it will open this first conversation. So I can start my conversation right from here. If I want to start a new conversation, I can click on this new conversation and here I have the new conversation. So I can simply ask a question to my AI chat model. So I'll say shop and hit enter. And you will find that our AI is going to respond to our question. You will find it start writing. We have this beautiful interface. You can see it's writing beautifully. You can also turn into a dark mode. If you want, we can do that very easily. You can see we are getting all the response. And finally, we got the letter, which we can simply use it for applying for a job. That's what we have. If I turn it to dark mode, that's how it's going to look. Beautiful. I can say that write simple Java script function to connect Ether.js. Hit enter. And you will find that our AI is going to respond. You can see it's responding in black, but it's going to turn it around. You can see how it's telling us to do the installation of the packages. Just wait, here we got it. We got that. We are still getting the response from our clients. You can see first it's telling us that we have to execute this particular command. After that, we are getting all of this code which we can use in our project, in our application to build that connection with the contract, with the blockchain. You can ask more question. Can you give a real world code example so I can use it? Hit enter and you will find that our AI is going to respond. Here it's writing the text. Just a moment, you will see it's going to give you the brief description, then it's going to write down the code. So we are getting that one. And here you can see it's highlighting that what you have to do. So first we have to install the packages. Now write sim web3 dab setup proj project. You can ask all the question which you have in your mind. Okay, it's all depend that how you asking the prompt to the AI model and how it's going to do the response. You can see how we are installing the packages, creating the file, then we are doing the installation, running the command, and here we have all of this. So finally we got the response that what exactly we have to do and all of that. So every single thing is looking fine. If I come back here, I can turn this on and you will find that all of these details we are getting up. If you want to start a new conversation, you can simply click here and I can say that write a complete code for NFT marketplace which I can use for my real world project and hit enter. You will find that our AI is going to do the response. It's writing down the text, and here you will find that it's telling us that first we have to write the smart contract. You will find all the models, all the installation which you have to do. So you can see it's letting all the structure. It's writing the code. Just a moment. It's writing our smart contract. Once it will get complete, we'll have this beautiful interface. Now it's telling us now can you tell me all the install one by one? You can give all the prompt, all the question to that model, and it's going to give you the response, and it's going to tell you that how you have to do the installation, what exactly you have to install. You can use Truffle, you can use Ganache, you can use Hardhat, you can use Web3 models, and you have to use the OpenZeppelin library. That's the option you also have. You can also use the Ether package. That's also have. We have a Web3 provider for MetaMask. We can use the Express to integrate the backend part. We can use the MongoDB. So tons of things we have. You can see how beautifully our AI chat model is writing all the code about all the installation which we have to do to build our decentralized application. So it's a really powerful platform. You can simply launch it, and you can allow the user to use your AI chat model, and you can make money by allowing them to have the subscription. So you can see this is all the feature we have. It's a really powerful application. If you want to delete any one of your previous conversation, you can simply click here, and you can simply click here. I want to delete this one, so I'll simply click on delete, and you can able to delete that one. I can also turn my light to dark mode, and here I have the dark mode. So that's how the user can easily able to ask all the questions. Now let me show you that if I change my account, so I'll simply come back here. I'll go back to my MetaMask, and I want to change my account. So I'll go back to account number 5. I haven't taken the subscription from this one. So when the new user will come, they have to take the subscription. They have to take the subscription, then they can able to ask all the question. If I go back to the previous chat, you can see I cannot able to ask it because I haven't taken the subscription. So I have to take the subscription, then I can able to ask all the question. These information, this data is coming from the local storage. That's why you can see. But when the new user will come from their operating system, from their device, they don't have this option. They will only have this one. So they have to take the subscription. So to take the subscription, I can simply come back here, and here you will have multiple options. So you can pick any one. You can pick the basic, you can pick the premium, you can take the enterprise, or you can go with the yearly one, and you can see that how much you have to pay. So you can first select that one, and after that you have to make the purchase. So click here one more time, and you will find that our MetaMask is going to open. Our transaction is got initialized. We are paying 1 ETH, and this one will go straight away to the admin. I'll click on this confirm. And once the transaction will complete, I will have the subscription. So you can see right now it's inactive. So all you have to do is to simply give a quick reload. After the reload, you will find that we have the subscription. We have taken the enterprise plans for 1 year. Today is 23/6, and it's going to over on 2026. So I have taken 1 year plan. It's really powerful. Now I can come back to the chat model, and I have this option, and I can say development. Hit enter. You can ask all the question, whatever you have in your mind, and it's going to give you all the important packages which you need to install. That's all you will have. You can see it's laying out the entire structure, that what do you have to install first, how you have to install it. So every single thing is absolutely working fine. So trust me, this one is a really powerful AI chat model which you can launch, and it's controlled by the smart contract. So the subscription model we have included, it's controlling by the smart contract. So let's look, it's absolutely powerful. I can simply turn it to dark mode, and you will have this beautiful instruction. You can simply copy this particular one command, and you can simply copy this command, and you can start using it straight away in your project. That's what we have. You can come back to the stats section, and then you will find all the conversation which you have asked, like 3 conversation, 4 messages, and all the things which you have in each one of these conversations. That's all you can able to track it down. You can see this much query is left in your account, which you can use to have the conversation. If I show you the responsiveness of this particular application is absolutely perfect. So let me show you the responsiveness. That's how it's going to look on the mobile device. You can have this one. We have the sidebar, beautiful. You can close, you can open, you can go back to the different section, different chat model. You can open that one, and here you will have the existing chat model. You can start asking the question. If you go back to the, let's say, the subscription model, I can simply come back here, and here I will find all the details about the subscription. This looks perfect. If I go back to, let's say, stats, here I have all the details which I can see about the contract and about the message which I have asked. If I go back to the settings, I can see all the details about my accounts, and then that's all I have here. I can simply turn into dark mode, light mode. I can click here, and I will have this one. I can simply click. If I want to disconnect, I can click on this disconnect, and I'm disconnected. If I want to connect, I can click here. I can click on the MetaMask, and I'm connected successfully. Now, if I come back here, if I go to my chat application, I can simply click here, and here I have all the chat which I have communicated with my AI model. So every single thing is looking good. I hope you have understood that what exactly we have in this project, and it's really powerful. You can ask any question. I'll say, hey, and it's going to give you the response, and here we got it. Hello, how can I assist you? It's really powerful. So I hope you have understood that how you can simply launch this AI chat model on the blockchain, control the entire subscription model using smart contract. So I hope you have understood every single thing, that what are the feature and functionality we have included in our AI chat model and how every single thing is working. Now let me provide you all the assets which you need to develop this application, including the final source code. So to get the final source code, you can come back to the blockchain coder. You can come back to the blockchain coder, and here you will find all the project we have built. So we have built more than 95 plus project on our channel. Simply log in and come back to the source code section. Here you will find all the projects. So I would highly encourage you to build at least 5 projects. Start with crowdfunding, then supply chain, then NFT marketplace, then Uniswap. Check all the project we have built. This will teach you every single thing which you have to know. Master complete blockchain development and how you can build a decentralized application. So you can click here, come back to the recent project, and here you will find this particular one. So click here, you will come back here, go back to the starter file, you will come back to the GitHub. Here you will find all the assets which you need to develop this particular project and what are the architecture we have utilized in this particular decentralized AI chat model. So you will find that this is the full infrastructure we have designed. So all the information is already given right up here. So you can see what are the models, what are the APIs, which AI models we are using. We are using the AI ChatGPT. Here you will find all the instruction. That's all we have, all the full infrastructure. That's all is given, which you can easily able to have a look that how what are the requirements you need to have and how every single thing is working absolutely fine. Here you will find all the data structure and the full infrastructure we have designed for this particular application. So I would suggest you to simply clone the repository or download the zip, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to download it and we're going to start working straight away. Now let me provide you the final source code. So those of you who will take the final source code, I'll show you how you can do the setup in your system and you can execute it. And when you will take the final source code, valuable contribution to my team to bring more tutorials like that. So before I give you the complete demo and the setup of the final source code, I want you to come back here in the blockchain course, and this will teach you every single thing which you have to know to become a blockchain developer and build an application like this. So this is the bootcamp which I have launched. Tons of users have already enrolled in this and many of them have got into the industry. So make sure to check this particular bootcamp, that what exactly you're going to learn. You're going to master complete Solidity environment setup. We're going to build one of the industry ready project. You're going to learn about the backend development. You're going to learn about the security. So make sure to check this one. Now, let me show you how you can do the setup for this particular project once we'll take the final source code. So let's start doing that. When you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract the zip file and you will get this particular folder in which you will have the complete source code of the project which you have seen in the demo. So make sure to install zip extractor in your system, then you can able to extract this particular folder. And this is the folder you have to open in your VS Code advanced ChatGPT DApp. So I'll simply come back here in my VS Code. I'll simply come back here, click on it, and I can simply go back to open. I'll go back to desktop and I have this particular one called advanced ChatGPT DApp. This is what I got it. I simply drag and drop in my project. I'll simply make on the full screen and let me give you a complete walkthrough of the entire code structure we have designed for this particular application. So the very first folder you will have in this particular application is the component in which you will find all the component we have designed for this particular application. So the very first one we have is the chat model in which we have the message formatter. So when we get the response from our AI model, we have to format it in a typing format, and that's what we have to inject in our front end. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do from your end. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the connect wallet. So you can simply click here and here you will find that this will allow us to connect with the MetaMask or any other wallet provider. So we are using the RainbowKit and Wagmi Provider to have that wallet connection. So don't make any changes, just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the debug. So this will help us to handle any kind of error is going to happen in our project, and this will throw in a proper message. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. The next one we have is the layout, in which you will find all the regular component we have. So we have our header section. You don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. The next one we have is the layout. So we're going to inject all the pages in our layout and it's going to wrap our entire application. Just let's keep it as it is. The next one we have is the sidebar. You don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is absolutely working and absolutely fine. So just close this one. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do from your end. So close this one. So this is our component section. The next one we have is the configuration for our wallet. So this is the dynamic configuration. So all the configuration you have to do in the environment variable, and automatically all the configuration will take place in our application. So we are importing the RPC provider, all the environment variable, and we are building our custom chain. So currently I'm testing on the local host, hard at localhost, but you can deploy the contract to any network and you have to provide that relevant information for that particular blockchain in our environment variable. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is our context. So this will allow us to have the chat model with the AI. That's what we are doing here. So click on this chat context. Then you will find this is the complete code we have, which allow us to interact with the OpenAI chat model. And that's what we are using it in this particular project. So OpenAI is really powerful, which allow us to have more control over your chat model. So you can see how beautifully it's designing our code formatter in different programming language. So it's really powerful. So this is what we have. Just keep it as it is. Don't make any changes. So the next one we have is the contract context. Here you will find all the variables, including the ABI of our smart contract, which we are using. So this is the complete ABI. So once you will deploy the contract, you have to provide the ABI right up here, which I will show you. And this is the address of the contract, which is getting from our environment variable. So you don't need to make any changes. Just keep it as everything as it is. This will allow us to write the data into the contract and read the data. So here we have all of the things. Just keep it as it is. Context. The next one we have is the pages, in which you will find all the pages we have in our application. So we have this app.js, which is a global configuration for our wallet and the context management. So just keep it as it is. You don't need to make any changes. The next one we have is the home page, which allows us to have all of this details. So you just keep it as it is. You don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic, where we are communicating with a smart contract. And we have the multiple component. So that's all we are displaying. The next one we have is the setting. If you want to do any changes, you can simply come here and you can change the text. If you want to add any link, you can simply add that one. You can simply change the text. Don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. If you come back to the stats, there you will find all the details about the smart contract, which we are displaying in the stats section. And we are getting the information from the local storage as well. So we can display that how many memory user have used and how many memory he has stored in the local storage. So that's what we have here. We have the subscription. Just keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is absolutely fine. So this is all the pages we have. The next one we have is the public. So this is the logo which I'm using. You can simply change your logo, but give the name as it is. So it will automatically reflect in all the places. Close this one. The next one we have is the service. So here we are making the call for the OpenAI. So here we have all of this logic which we have built. Again, you don't need to make any changes. All you have to do is to get your OpenAI key, and that's what you have to provide. We are using the V1 model, and here you will find all the setup which we have done for building that bridge and connecting with the model. So you can see we are using the basic, we have the premium, enterprise. That's all we have set based on the user preference. We are providing all of this option. So close this one. The next one we have is the style. You don't make any changes. We are using Tailwind CSS, and we have written a couple of custom classes which allows us to give this beautiful interface which you can see in the demo. So we are using that one, and here we have the custom code we have coded. Close this one. The next one we have is the utils, in which we have this particular function. This allows us to use and just read the data and store the data. So here you will find all the helper function we have built for storing the data in the local storage, because that's what we are doing. All the conversation user is having, that's what we are storing in the local storage, and we are simply feeding in the component. So just keep it as it is. You don't need to make any changes. Close this one. Now we have the most important thing is the Web3, which will handle the entire subscription model, centralized AI chat model. So you will have this artifact. So when you will deploy the contract, it will be generated automatically. So I'll simply delete that one. And we have the contract, in which you will find, this is a huge contract we have coded for this particular application, which handle the entire subscription model, including the communication, user information, and what kind of chat communication it's happening with our application. So you don't make any changes. Just keep it as everything as it is. So let's close this one. Close this one. And here we have the script. So this script is a global one. So you don't make any changes no matter which network you are deploying. Simply execute this one, and it will be deployed, and it will give you the address of the contract. So close this one. Now come back to the environment variable. And this one is very important. So if I click here you will find that currently I'm testing using hard hat local environment. That's why I have given this particular RPC URL. But if you are deploying to any other blockchain like mainnet, testnet, you have to get the relevant RPC URL, and that's what you have to provide. You have to get the relevant details for your wallet which you want to use for deployment of the contract. So you have to get the private key of that particular wallet and address of the wallet, and make sure you should have some fund if you're deploying to actual test network. But I'm using on the local host Hardhat. Then I'm using this particular account, which is by default Hardhat will use for deploying the contract. 2266, this is Hardhat will use for deploying the contract. So just test the way I'm doing it. After that, do all the experiments. So close this one. Now come back to the Hardhat setup. And this one is very important. So first thing you have to understand that when you are testing your contract using Hardhat, you cannot use your main addresses which you have generated. You have to use the Hardhat account. That's what I have given. And you have to use this particular node version in your system, because currently the Hardhat is not compatible with the latest node version. You have to use this particular one. And we only need this particular version in this particular directory, because we need for deployment of the contract. We don't need this particular version in the front end. So this is the second requirement. Make sure you should watch this video in which I have explained that how you can install NVM, which stand for Node Version Manager, which you can install in your system, and you can control your node version. And when you will deploy the contract, Hardhat is going to use this particular account as an admin, so that you can see that's what I have given. admin. By default, it will be taken. Okay, and each account Hardware will provide you, every account will have 10,000 ETH, so you can test that one. And this is the localhost configuration we have for the network, and here you will find all the 20 account which Hardware will provide you when you will start the node. So you can only use these account to test the contract and test in the local environment. And by default, Hardware will use this very first account as a deployer. So when you will deploy the contract, this will become the admin. And if you want to import any one of this account, you have to simply copy the address and import in your MetaMask, which I will show you. Hope this is clear. Now close this one, come back to the hard hat config file. Here you will find two different configuration. One is the localhost and the other one is the host clay. So if you are deploying to host clay, just keep it as it is. But if you are deploying to any other blockchain, so make sure to give the name of that particular blockchain and provide the relevant chain ID. So if you're deploying to Ethereum, call it Ethereum and call it one as a chain ID. And the same name you have to provide here in the package.json file, right up here. So when you will run this particular command, it will automatically trigger the particular Ethereum network and the contract will deploy. So this is the packages we are using, which is very much stable. No matter when you are building, after like 10 years or 5 years, it will work absolutely fine as long as you will maintain the package version. So just follow this video till then, you will understand every single thing. So let's close this one, close this one. And this is our Web3 folder. So close this one. Now come back to the front-end environment variable. So I'll simply click here, and here I have done all the configuration. So all you have to do is to get two keys. So I have already done the configuration for the local host because that's where I'm going to do the testing. But if you want to deploy your contract to Hostclay, I have also done the configuration for that. The only thing we have to do is to get the relevant RPC URL. So this RPC URL is not active at the moment. You have to get it from this particular website called arnk.com. I have already made a complete lot of videos on this. So make sure to watch this video. You will understand how you can get your own RPC URL. I have already done the configuration. This is the name which I'm going to call to my application. And when you will deploy the contract, by default, you will get the same address. That's why I have already keep it here. And this is the account Hardhead will use for deployment. That's why I've already given it. So just test the way I'm doing it. After that, do the experiment. And the second thing is that you have to get your own OpenAI key. So you have to get your project ID and you have to get your OpenAI key. This is the two requirement you need to have from your end. Okay. So I'll simply close this one, which I'm going to tell you how you can generate your own key. So close this one, come back to the get ignore, keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is absolutely fine. We have this next configuration. Again, you don't need to make any changes. We are using all of this environment variable, and that's the configuration I have done. Just leave it as it is. We have the packages and files. So all the packages which you can see, it's the latest package and very much compatible with all the versions of Node and all the models of the decentralized application. So no matter when you are building it, after 5 years, 10 years, as long as you maintain the versions, every single thing will be working absolutely fine. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. Come back to the post CSS. Don't need to make any changes. Keep it as it is. Come back to the README file. There you will find all the details which I have provided for this application, all the important links which you can explore. So that's all you can check. All the models which you can check. You can also check a project which we have already developed. You can also use the hostinger for deployment. You can also check this if you want to launch your cryptocurrency and allow the user to sell on a multiple token payment method. You can check this one. So tons of link is given which you can explore. So close this one, come back to the Tailwind config file. So this is the custom configuration I have done because I'm following a particular color pattern, and that's all the configuration I have done. So before you make any single change in the application, first test the way I'm telling you. After that, once you understand the architecture, after that, do all the experiment and change the color and the contract structure. Okay. So this is the complete architecture of the entire code structure we have developed for this particular application. Now, the very first thing we have to do is to get the environment variable. So come back here, we have to get this two environment variable. First is the project ID for Wallet Connect and our OpenAI key. So what I will do, I'll simply minimize this one, close, open a new tab, and type Wallet Connect. And you can simply click on the very first link. It will take you here. Make sure to create your account, verify your account. Once you will do that, you will have the same option called Cloud Dashboard, and you can get into your dashboard. So make sure to create account and verify it. Okay. If you don't verify it, you won't have this particular option. So I'll click on this. I have this dashboard. Let's click on this dashboard and it will take you to the dashboard section. So I can click on the project and it will take me to the project section where I will have all the project which I have created. So to create a new project, I can simply click here. I can call whatever I want. I can say new AI, and you can give your URL of your website later after you deploy the application. So I'll simply click on continue. I'm not using any one of these frameworks. Click here, create, and you will find that I have successfully created the project and got my project ID. I'll simply click on copy, come back here in my application, and you will find that here I have to provide. So make sure to use it, your project ID. It's absolutely free because after this tutorial, I'm going to delete this one. So it's not going to work. Now you have to use your OpenAI key. So you have to get your OpenAI key. So to get that, you can come back here. Let's close this one, open a new tab, type open AI API key and click on the very first link. So here you will come, you can see I'm here like API/key and I have already created this particular API. So make sure to create your own API key, and that will happen only when you have not used OpenAI before. If you have used OpenAI or any other services, you won't get the free credit. So make sure to get $5 credit, which is enough to do all the testing of this application. So I would highly encourage you to just invest $5 and you can have more credit, which you can use to perform all the transaction and ask all the question to the AI model. So this is the API key which I have already generated. I can simply click here and I can delete that API key and I can create a new one. I can click here. I want to call my API key. Let's call chat AI, like AI. And I want to have all of this feature. I can click on this create secret key and it's going to generate me the secret key. Obviously, I'm not going to share it with you all. So I'll simply copy that one and I'm going to delete that after this tutorial. Okay. So I got my API key. Now I can simply come back here and all I have to do is to simply provide my API key. I can provide my API key. So I'm going to provide it later. So I'll simply close this one. Now we are done with all the environment variable. Now we have to simply open up our terminal and we have to get into this particular folder web3, because in this we are using a specific node version, not in our front end. So currently I'm on the main directory advanced ChatGPT DApp. So I have to get into this particular directory. So I'll say cd web3 and I'm in this particular directory. If I show you my node version, I have the latest one. So when I will try to install the packages in this particular directory, the hard hat will come in unbundle mode. So I need a bundle mode. So that's why I have to take that specific node version. So I have already done the installation of NVM. NVM stand for node version manager. So I can easily able to downgrade my node version. So to downgrade, I can simply type use 18.17.1 and I have the required node version. Again, I'm telling you to watch this video, you will understand every single thing that how you can downgrade your node version. So I have downgraded my node version. If I clear up my terminal, if I check one more time, I have the required node version. Now I can able to install the packages. And I want to show you one thing. The moment I will delete this terminal, every single thing would be reset. So I'll simply delete it. Now if I open up my terminal, you will find that I'm on the main directory. Again, I have to type cd and I have to go into the specific directory. And if I check my node version one more time, I got the latest one. So you should always keep this one open and you have to downgrade your node version when you are in this particular directory. So let me quickly downgrade that and I got it. Now I'm ready to do the installation. So let's install all of these packages which I have. So I'll simply type npm, I hit enter and it's going to do the installation of all the packages. Just wait, this might take a little bit time. Once we'll have the installation, we're going to simply deploy the contract and then we're going to do the installation in the front end side. So finally, we are done with the installation of the packages. Simply ignore this warning. Don't run any one of these commands. Otherwise, it's going to change the package version. So simply clear up your terminal and now we have to run the command. So we are done with the installation and we have to run this particular command because we have to start the local node because we are testing using hard hat. So we have to simply type npm run and call node, hit enter, and it's going to start the local blockchain in our system. So you can see it will start our local blockchain and this is the RPC endpoint. And here it will give you 20 plus account, which I have already simply copied and provided you all right up here. And by default, Hardhat will use this particular account, the very first account, the 01, to deploy your contract and it will become the admin and all the fund which will transfer for the subscription model is going to be received by this particular account. If you want to import this particular account in your MetaMask, you can simply copy the private key and you can import in your MetaMask, which I will show you. So simply close this one. That's the first thing. You have to keep this running. Don't need to stop this. Otherwise, all the data would be lost. So you have to keep this running. Open a new terminal. Now you have to simply execute this command, deploy local, because we have to deploy the contract. So simply type npm run, paste the command, hit enter, and it's going to deploy the contract. So first it's going to compile it and you will get the artifact, which one is very important because in which we'll have the ABI of our contract. So we got this particular one, like owner address, as I told you, 2266, it will be taken. And here we have the contract address, which you can simply copy. And that's what you can provide here, which is I have already given to all of you guys. Like this is the same address you will also have because this is the default nature of the hard hat. Now what I will do, I'll simply clear up my terminal. I'll simply go back to main directory. So right now I'm on the main directory. You can see, make sure this should be running. This should be running. So what I will do, I'll simply do the installation of the packages. So simply type npm I and hit enter. And in the front end side, let me stop this one. Let me stop this one and let me show you one thing. You will find that currently I haven't installed the packages. If I show you my node version in the front end side, I'm using the latest one. So there is no problem in that. You can use the latest one on the front end side, but in this particular directory, we have to use that specific node version because we are using hard hat. So let me do the installation quickly. Hit enter. And here we are doing the installation of the packages. Every single thing is fine. All I have to do is to paste my API key, which I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show you all because it's my premium account. and I have already deposited close to $1,000 in that particular account because we have a couple of active projects which is going on. So finally, we have done with the installation of all the packages, and you are getting couple of warning and couple of commands. Simply ignore this one because we are using the combination of old and the latest model for better stability. So let's clear our terminal. And finally, we got it now. So before I start the application and run this particular command, I have to get my API key for OpenAI. So let me quickly provide that one. So finally, I have given my API key. Now I'm ready to start the application. So we type npm run dev. Make sure this should be running. This should be running, okay? Say dev, hit enter. And it's going to start the application on localhost 3000. You got this particular URL. Simply copy this one. You can see we got the node module. Simply minimize this one. Don't delete, okay? You can do it from here or you can do it from here. Now we can simply come back to the application. Let me close this one, open a new tab and paste the URL, hit enter, and you will find that our application is already reflecting fine. And here we have done the validation of the OpenAI and every single thing is looking good. The very first thing I will do is that I'm going to remove the localhost from my MetaMask. And I want you to do exactly the same thing. So click here and first you have to remove the localhost. Remove the localhost from your MetaMask. Now, if I come back here, you will find that 1, 2, 3 is my actual account, which I cannot use in the local environment. And this 4 and 5 is my hard hat account, which I can only use it. So let me delete this one. I can re-import it to show you that how you can import your accounts from hard hat. So right now you will find that I don't have any hard hat account. So to import that account, I can simply come back here, go back to my code. I can go back to the, let's say Web3, go back to the hard hat, and here you will find that. So this is the first account, which is the admin. So I would suggest you to import this one first. I'll get the private key, copy that one. I'll come back here, click on this private key, paste here and click on import and click on connect. So I have imported, got it? Now I want to import one more account. So click here and I want to import the account number 1. Simply copy, and that's what I have. I'll simply click here. I click here, click on this private key, paste here, import. So this is how you can import the account. You can import as many accounts as you want. Now, all you have to do is to simply give a quick reload. Right now, you can see the localhost is not there. I can simply come back here and I can simply click here and I can click on this logout and I'm logged out. Now I will simply give a quick reload. You will see I have given a quick reload and I'm out of this application. So now I have to collect my wallet. So what I will do first, I'll simply go back to the inspect and I'm going to delete all the data which I have stored in my local storage. So I'll simply come back here. In your case, you won't have any data. I can see I have some data. So I'll simply click here and make it fresh. I got it empty. Now I'm ready to launch it for fresh. So we got it. Now click on this connect wallet. I got this option. Click on this MetaMask. I have this one. I can simply give a password. And here I've given the password. You can see it will automatically do the network configuration. Click on this approve and your network configuration is done. Now all you have to do is to simply reload the page and you will find that you are logged in straight away. Click on one more time. Click on this MetaMask and you will find that you are logged in and the network is automatically got configured in your MetaMask. It's configured and it will be connected with account number 5, but I will switch back to account number 4 and you can see it has less fund because this is the account we have used for deployment. If I go to account number 5, it will have 10,000 because we haven't used this account. So I'll simply come back here. Now, as an admin, you have to take the subscription first. Right now, every single thing is empty. I have to click here and I have to take the subscription. So I'll simply come back here. I'll click here. I will take a yearly plan and I will take this enterprise. Make sure to double click it and now click on this, and it's going to make a call. Now simply confirm the transaction. You can see you are paying 1 ETH. Click on confirm and the transaction is, just a moment. The transaction is successfully completed and you have taken the subscription. Now you can simply give a quick reload and you will have the subscription. Now you are ready to start asking questions to the AI model. So now you can come back to the chat. You will find that we already have the previous history. So I'll simply click here and I can delete that one as well. Let's click on this and we have all of this chat, which I will delete it. So this is the new chat. We got it. Now I can simply ask the question. Hey, chat GPT AI, and it's going to give me the response. You can ask any question. That's all you can do. You can ask any question. I'll say example code for smart contract in Rust. You can ask any question and it's going to write the code based on the programming language which you want to pick, and it's going to give you all the step-by-step instruction in a proper code format, and you can ask more question on that. So you can see we are getting all of this example code which is getting written by, so our AI model is writing. Just a moment. Soon we'll get the complete code, and finally we got the complete code. You can see we got the messages and here we have it one. Here we have it. We have the lazy loading system we have included. You can see the programming language. You can simply click here and you can copy. You can turn the dark mode or light mode. Every single thing is working fine. Every single thing is working fine. So that's how you can take the subscription. You can come back to the statics and then you will find the conversation you had. You can see the first question we have, it's got as a marked. You can see one conversation we have total 4 messages. How many queries left? That's all you can able to find. So until we have one message, which we have, but we got 4 response in 4 different category. That's why it's looking fine. Now, if I want to create a new conversation, I can click on this new. I can go with that. I can simply delete this one and I can go back to the previous conversation. I can click here, and if I click back to the chat, it will take me to the previous conversation, which is already selected automatically. So it's really powerful. I hope you have understood that how every single thing is working fine. It has a light and dark mode. You can switch back to the different account. For example, I can go back here and I can go back to the account number 5. I haven't taken subscription from this one. So I'll simply click on the choose a plan. I can come back to the subscription page. So let's click it one more time. I can click on this subscription. I want to take a enterprise one. So first I have to select this, make sure double click it that you have properly selected. Now you can click on this. You can click on this and it's going to make a call. Making a call. Now click on this confirm and the transaction is happening. You can check here. You will see the transaction is successfully completed and you have taken the subscription. You have taken the subscription and you have paid the fund. It's went up to 98. If you come back here, if you go back to the account number 4, which is the admin and it has received the fund, it's had 10,000 something. So every single thing is looking good. We are transferring the fund straight away to our wallet address. Now I have the subscription, which I can simply use it to start the conversation one more time. I got this enable. I can say example and you can ask all the question. I hope you have got the drill that what exactly we try to do it. So finally, you can see we have got the response from our AI model with a beautiful interface and we have this all. So you can ask all type of question. You can build your conversation chat history where you can ask and do the exploration based on your question, which on the architecture, which you are trying to explore. So every single thing is working fine. I hope you have understood that what exactly you're going to get in the final source code and how you have to do the setup and what are the feature and functionality we have included. It's really powerful. So if I come back here, I can simply disconnect my wallet and I'm disconnected. I got out of this contract application. I can click here. I can connect one more time and I will have my chat model open. So I hope you have understood every single feature we have included in our application and how every single thing is working. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. Come back to the blockchain coder, check all the project we have. And if you take the final source code, this is how you have to do the setup. I would highly encourage you to check this particular course. If you follow this course, you can easily be able to build any type of application. Absolutely, you can develop that. All the project we have built on our channel, build at least 5 of them. Then you can able to master complete blockchain development and you will be 100% ready to build a decentralized application. You can also check this particular complete project we have already developed on a ChatGPT Web3 model. So you can check this particular project. It's close to 7 hours long course we have. So you can check this as well. So that's the only thing I want to cover. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me in the comment section. I'll definitely try to help in that. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.